Is Kendrick Lamar a hypocrite? Is he just a hater of a rapper that's doing better than him? Or is he really the activist that he is portraying himself to be? Hello, and welcome to the Lauren Blackwell channel. Today I am going to talk about Kendrick and some questions that I have and some things that baffle me about how people view Kendrick. I know that the machine that is pushing Kendrick and shoving him down everybody's throat is quite efficient because a lot of people are falling for it. But I don't understand how people are having such a difficult time seeing how hypocritical he is. At this point, I'm wondering, what am I missing? Because a lot of people believe that his work, his music that he's putting out has some deeper meaning and it's all the selfless act and he's this honorable man, but that is not what I see when I see Kendrick. This is what I see, and this is why I do not buy into him being this amazing man who's just doing things for the culture. The culture has nothing, in my opinion, has nothing to do with what Kendrick is doing, other than the fact that he is using it to simply get himself to the top. I see a rapper that is good at his art. However, as good as he believes that he still is not as successful as Drake is. He and Drake has collaborated before, and Drake is clearly the bigger star here because internationally Drake is the bigger star. So as much as he sees himself in this magnificent light, and as much as he believes that he is a better rapper, and as much as he believes that he is a pure rapper because of his race, he's still not getting the same success that Drake is getting, and that is really getting to him. It is obvious that he believes that the reason why he's not as successful as he should be is because of Drake's existence in the music industry. In other words, Kendrick is a hater. That is it. It is no deeper than that. It is very simple. We've seen this many times. He gave a long list of the things he hated about Drake. None of them were substantial. So what did he do? He calls Drake a pedo, and people hopped on that bandwagon without thinking. So I see someone that is really no different from what we've seen many times with some female rappers, where they collaborate with a rapper that's bigger than them, and then they turn around and try to take down the bigger rapper so that they can be on top. It is really not that different. It is also clear that Kendrick is pairing up with people that have problems with Drake in order to use them to go against a rapper that is bigger than he is. So we see Kendrick making music with Taylor Swift. We know that Taylor Swift and Drake used to be friendly earlier on in Taylor's career before her comeback. But they fell out. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe because Drake was not supporting her as much as he could have when she was struggling. There was a period of time where Taylor Swift was struggling a lot before her comeback, before the Eras tour, and Drake did not support her as much. So she and Drake are no longer friends, and now Kendrick is attaching himself to her and getting closer to her, and they're pairing up to take Drake down. I also see Kendrick pairing up with Drake's ex, Serena Williams, which he brought on stage during the Super Bowl halftime performance. And everyone is acting as if this is the best thing since sliced bread, when this is just another rapper who's teaming up with people that do not like a bigger rapper to take down that bigger rapper who is more talented and more successful than he is. Also, how is Kendrick this honorable person if he is teaming up with rappers that have criminal charges and have very shady pasts like Kodak Black? I don't know if people just do not remember or they're choosing to forget, but Black has been arrested many times and has faced different charges such as weapons charges, drug use, trespassing, and other, violent acts, including SAing of a high school girl some years ago. He admitted to that, and he was offered a plea deal for first degree assault and was given probation. He has served prison time. He is even a Trump supporter. Let's not forget that Kendrick did not criticize R. Kelly during the R. Kelly saga. He instead identified more with R. Kelly than he did with R. Kelly's victims. Like, I understand if you two have a past that is quite similar, but why do you support, or why are you able to identify more with the perpetrator than you are with the victim? That part I do not understand. We have never had anybody come out to make accusations against Drake. However, we have had people come out and make accusations about a bigger artist and label owner that supports Kendrick, and Kendrick is okay with it. And if you guys remember the phrase, the verse where he talks about Drake's friends being a minor and he said it in a sing-song voice, that does not seem to me like someone who's upset about a situation that he thinks Drake is involved in. That sounds to me like someone who thought he had a gotcha phrase that he can use to take down someone he does not like. If he was truly concerned about Drake's actions, he did not call the police. He did not do any serious interviews about the topic. He used it in a verse in a song so that he can get awards and recognition. If that doesn't say that this is a hater who will use anything in his means to get himself to the top while taking down someone else and using every possible topic, no matter how sad a situation is, to his advantage, I don't know what does. What in the world are we doing when we are pretending as if Kendrick is not using every possible means that he can just to get himself to the top? This is not about promoting any culture. This is not about redemption of anything except his career, which he believes is not where it needs to be. This is all so hypocritical. Oh, by the way, I almost forgot about this, but a big part of this is the fact that, especially with the Not Like Us music, is the fact that Drake is multiracial. And Kendrick does not believe that Drake should have the position that he's in because Drake is not fully black. And I just want to say that how can you be married to someone who is biracial and you're building an entire life with that person? So clearly you value that person, but then you turn around and pretend as if the fact that Drake is biracial does not add any value to his work. Perhaps Drake is as good as he is because he's biracial. Did you think about that? So here's the thing. If a person thinks that them being black and having the black experience and experiencing the black culture allows them to be valuable to society, then you would have to also say that being non-black or being black and something else also puts you in a position to add value to society and to your work because you have a different experience that adds to whatever is already in the industry. Teaming up with Taylor Swift and being married to a biracial woman shows me that Kendrick does not have problem with people not being fully black and being successful. He just wants to be at the top of the rap game. And he does not have a problem with Drake being biracial either, but he is going to use that if that is going to push him to the front. So, first of all, anybody that pairs up or teams up with a whole lot of other people that don't like a person in order to take down somebody else that has done nothing to them is not someone that I trust. It's not someone that I follow. I do not support them. And I can see them for the hypocrites that they are. A lot of the time, it is the person that has a whole group of people surrounding him going after an individual. That is the person that is usually at fault. It is the person that is standing alone that is usually being targeted. If people don't know this by now, then I think they're just being willfully obtuse because it is obvious. This is basic knowledge. It's stuff we hear about all the time. We see it all the time. We experience it all the time. I've personally experienced this. So I don't understand why everyone is acting as if Kendrick is not doing what we clearly see that he is doing. And a lot of people see Drake as this weak man who's going to fold just because Kendrick released a couple of diss tracks about him. But it's going to take a lot more than this to get Drake off the scene. And the reason why I say this is that Drake is a truly talented artist. It is very difficult to push a truly talented artist off the scene because those people still have supporters, they still have followers that actually enjoy their music, and a lot of people still like Drake's music. And I'm talking about people from around the world. The black culture or the black community in the United States are not the only ones that have gotten Drake to where he is. There's a lot of other supporters, tons of supporters that are not black that still support him despite all of this stuff that is going on. And a lot more people are going to begin to see Kendrick and Drake for who they truly are through this beef. This is not the first time that an artist in the rap game has come out with a diss track against a bigger artist that a lot of people liked and they thought this is the end, this is it, this big rapper is done for. So this diss track is so awesome. It's gonna finally end this bigger artist. But you know what? It did not work. At the end of the day, the bigger artists continued to grow, and the artist that put out the amazing diss track is still struggling in their career. I just wish people will recognize that you cannot get your way to the top by using a diss track. A diss track might make people pay attention to you for a short period of time. By the end of the day, you need to put out awesome, consistent work that a lot of people around the world enjoy for a long period of time in order to stay at the top. And people need to recognize that they can be successful and be at the top without having to tear somebody else down. I mean, imagine being someone who has to admit to themselves that they're not talented enough to be at the top by themselves and to attract all the sponsors and everyone that make all these other bigger artists stay at the top. And you have to resort to pulling down the person that's already at the top. You have to be in a sad place to even think about doing that to somebody else. And you cannot convince me, based on everything that I've seen so far, that that isn't what Kendrick is doing. That is absolutely what he's doing. That's what Rock Nation has been trying to do to any artist that they don't benefit from. That is what many other new artists and older artists try to do to the ones that are at the top currently. Sometimes you just have to admit that you're not as good as you think you are and just accept that and just be the best that you can be in the position that you're in and enjoy your work instead of making another man your entire message, during the Super Bowl performance, which for a lot of people is a one-time opportunity, and he chose to make someone else the topic. That is crazy to me. Kendrick has received a lot of support. In fact, he has also received support from Drake himself. He has Drake has featured in Kendrick's music when Drake was a bigger artist. He's getting tons of push from the industry. He's getting all the other rappers to turn on Drake, and all of these people are people that Drake have worked with, have featured, and have helped in their career. And everyone is supporting him and going against Drake. And still, that is not enough for him. He still does not feel like he is enough. It is almost as if he sees himself as a little guy who will continue to feel small no matter how much is done for him. It's an internal thing from his fiance of 10 years, which he still has not married, but he sure wants to be identified with her, to gathering up all these people to attack someone else. It's a very sad situation. What makes this even sadder is the fact that I know for a fact that this diss track is not going to get Kendrick where he thinks he should be. You simply cannot get there with a diss track. He can get all the awards that he wants, but at the end of the day, your work is what is going to help you to develop the fan base that's going to keep you at the top. And this thing that he's doing is going to get him somewhere, but not where he wants to be. And people are going to begin to see through him. Anyway, that's all I have on this. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Bye.